is this singular soul that hath the power to free a sovereign of hell from mine eternal chains? You. Of course. Who else could it be? You've been a real thorn in my side. You know that? You're always poking and prodding me. Are you looking for an internship in hell? Because I suspect your talents would be wasted down there. We both know what you want to say to me. So, go on. Say it. You think I'm hot as hell. Now, if you really want to rev my infernal engine, you can tell me what circle of hell you think I'm as hot as. I admit, my time as a succubus has largely been spent in upper, or should that be lower, management. I'm not sure I've ever been in the field. Is it always this cold up here? We both know what you want to say to me. I admit, my time as a just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealings, dalliances, and long-term, low-commitment booty calls with mortals aren't all mutually beneficial. It's succub us, not succub I. Well, okay, technically in the plural, you get the idea. I admit, my time as a succubus has largely been spent in upper. Just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealings. We both know what you want to say. Just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealings, dalliances, and long-term, low-commitment booty calls with mortals are— Oh my. Oh, is this an offering? From me? I don't like it. Try again. I admit, my time as a succubus— We both know what you want to say. I admit, we both know what you want to say to me. So, go on. Say it. I admit, we both— Think fast. Angel food cake or devil's food cake? No pressure. Your answer will only determine how easy or hard it will be for me to muster up affection for you going forward. I admit, my time as a— Think fast. Just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealing. We both— I admit, my time as a succubus had— Think fast. Angel food cake? I suppose this'll do. For now. You're always poking and prodding me. Are you looking for an internship in hell? Because I suspect your talents would be wasted down there. For millennia, I enjoyed the comforts of my throne in hell, sending my vast, sexy armies to do my dark bidding. But there was one soul even my strongest soldiers could not sup upon. Yours. I knew eventually I would have to come up here and deal with you personally, but that was supposed to be next Eon Desdemona's problem. Now I come to find you summoned me here yourself. What kind of glutton for punishment are you? Come closer now. I want to get a proper look at you. I'd say I don't bite, but we both know that's not true. It's only natural that you desire to worship me, but take care to be a good little mortal, and make sure your religious recitations are backwards, or else I'll have to smite you. That's right, you'll be sleeping on the couch. You have a certain eager-to-please air about you. Like you'd do anything I require in order to increase my affection for you. Makes me wish I wore thigh-high boots for you to lick. But I'm sure we can come up with an adequate substitute. It's only natural that you desire to worship me, but take care to be a good little mortal, and make sure your religious recitations are backwards, or else I'll have to smite you. That you have it. Just because we're demons doesn't mean it's only— I have the utmost respect for the oldest profession, of course, but for succubi, bumping uglies is not work. We are artists, and our medium is the body. Would you call Michelangelo a house painter because he did a ceiling once? Oh my. Oh, is this an offering? For me? I don't like it. Try again. I have the utmost respect for the oldest profession, of course. I am the mother of all succubi. Not literally, but still. I suppose that makes me the ultimate MILF. Just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealings, dalliances. I have the utmost respect for the oldest profession, of course. But just because we're demons doesn't mean our dealings, dalliances. It's only natural that you desire. You have a certain eager to play. I suppose this'll do for now. History has seen fit to mark me by many an infamous appellation. Aeshith Zeninim, mystery, the mother of abominations, the rhymes with shore of Babylon. Never liked the judgy tone of that last one. But you will address me by the only name I ever chose for myself. Desdemona. I plucked it from the pages of a delightful little play which I saw in its first run. They ought to have called me the patron of the arts of Babylon. But I suppose that's a bit of a mouthful. Do you always squirm so deliciously when all-powerful immortals lay eyes on you? Or is it just me? Oh, who's a squirmy little wormy? You are. Now, give Mummy a taste of that yummy gummy worm. I am the mother of all succubi. If I told you I wanted to do sacrilegious things to your body, would you hold it against me? If not, that's fine too. Several of my spicier ideas can also be executed at a distance. If you're so keen to touch me, you could start by asking nicely. Maybe then, I'll show you what I really like. You want me to say what? Ara ara? Very well. Ara ara. I'm not bad. I'm just spawned that way. You want me to say what? Ara. That Palmu girl you consort with has a real flair for chaos and other assorted acts of naughtiness. She'd make a very good demon, if I do say so myself. I'm not bad. If I told you I wanted to do you want me to... If I told you I am the mother... I have the utmost respect for the oldest profession, of course. That Palmu girl you consort... I'm not bad. I have the utmost respect for the oldest profession, of course. But for such... Oh my... What gave you the idea I'd want this? You must be confusing me with some other demonic entity. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. If I told you I wanted to do sacrilegious things to your body, would you hold it against me? If not, that's fine too. Ask any demon. All of humanity's greatest geniuses now call hell home. Picasso? Perv. Einstein? Adulterer. James Joyce? Jaywalker. Also, he had a total fart fetish. It's the place to be if you have a taste for the finer things in afterlife. Like me. Or should that be, like I do? Oh, let's not kid ourselves, it's absolutely both. Are you here to pay me tribute? Goody. I'm having ever so much fun coming up with arbitrary lists of demands. It's not that I need to be taken to the beach 666 times. I just love how happy you look after you do as you're told. That Palmu girl you can... I'm not bad. Is it true? Do demon slayers really muzzle us and keep us in boxes? We're evil, not feral. Unless... if it's rough play that you're into, then you should know I prefer to be on the other side of the equation. I'm not bad. I'm not like other demons. I can give you anything you desire, but only if you beg me for it. Not because I'm reluctant to share my many, many gifts with you. I just love hearing mortals beg. Is it true? Do demon slayers really muzzle us and keep us in... At least when you summoned me, you performed the ritual correctly. One wrong syllable, and I may have wound up trapped in the form of a hellhound. So long to my eons as a succubus. Dogs are just too pure-hearted for us to turn. I'm not like other demons. I can... Is it true? I'm not... That palm move... Careful I don't singe your widow hands. I've been known to run hot. Oh my. What gave you the idea I'd want this? You must be confusing me with some other demonic entity. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Like all my succubi forces before me, I came here on a mission to seduce and ensnare you once and for all. But don't mistake my determination for desperation. I am not and have never been thirsty. A queen knows she need only wait, and her wine will be poured. And when it is, trust me, I shall drink of you. It's deeply. If only there was someone on this mortal plane worthy of giving me a foot rub. If only someone could prove themselves to me, that they might be rewarded with the gift of serving me. I feel myself growing far too familiar with you as of late. It's seriously undermining my position of authority. I know. You will act as my footrest for the next hour and a half while I play my naughty phone games. That ought to do it. I adore all the lusty ladies you surround yourself with. Such a bevy of beauties. A variety of vixens, a harem of hotties, a wagon load of waifus? Are any of them looking for a side hustle? Demons never chase our prey. We'd have to work on our stamina for that, and if there's one thing we loathe, it's exercise. I adore. I feel myself growing Why do you mortals refer to unpleasant or difficult tasks as a devil of a time? Offering to make things easier and more fun for you is literally our whole thing. I met a rabbit named Lilith today. Imagine a lowly prey animal having the hubris to take the name of a ruler of hell. Such flagrant disrespect for the order of things. I'm delighted. Now, if she'd called herself Desdemona, I'd have to burn her to ashes. Demons never change. I feel myself. I adore. If you're so keen to touch me, you could start by asking nicely. Maybe then, I'll show you what I really like. Now you can cross danced with the devil in the pale moonlight off your bucket list. The first of many wishes I'll grant for you, I'm sure. Oh my. I changed my mind. I don't want this anymore. That shouldn't be a problem, should it? You're ever so good at fetching me things. That's more like it, yes. Now, doesn't that feel so much more rewarding than if you'd gotten it right the first time without any challenge? Certain rumors about bodily fluids. We succubi actually feed off of the intense emotions that follow from lust. Obsession, possessiveness, but shame especially. It's so all-consuming, it eats you up inside. And then we eat. Which is why you were such a tough nut for us to crack. You don't feel guilty about your carnal appetites, no matter how voracious or varied. I must say, I find it rather intriguing and impressive. From a professional standpoint, obviously. If it isn't the funniest little mortal I ever had the pleasure of leading to temptation. What sorts of debauchery shall we get up to together this time? Don't disappoint me now. I feel myself growing far too familiar with you as a... I adore... If I found myself a little angelic plaything on the side, then that would make for some very good omens. Demons never chase our... I feel myself growing far too familiar... If I found my... I feel... I've been brainstorming ways for you to serve me, but I'm a giver, not a taker, so I'd like to know which of the following best appeals to you. Waiting on me hand and foot, serving as my stress ball and/or whipping marshmallow, warming my bed. I adore all the lusty ladies you surround yourself with. I feel myself... I never knew that my wings resembled those of a cute little creature that is native to the mortal plane. I suppose we can add Bat Out of Hell to my list of monikers. I just learned of the phrase, dirty pillows, and I must tell you, I am offended. I keep my breasts, along with the rest of my body, meticulously clean. You can see for yourself when you give me a luxurious sponge bath later. I feel myself growing I've been... Demons never... I just learned... Oh? This is some form of treason, I'm sure. I can't believe I couldn't tempt you to take a bite of my juicy, plump apple. Oh my. I changed my mind. I don't want this anymore. That shouldn't be a problem, should it? You're ever so good at fetching me things. That's more like it, yes. Now, doesn't that feel so much more rewarding than if you'd gotten it right the first time without any challenge? When one has been witness to creation as I have, a mortal such as yourself seems so... small. Small, but not insignificant, as I once thought, before I met you. Small like a seed, precious, in need of nurturing, capable of untold growth. What is this feeling? I don't understand it. Like, I want to protect you. Preposterous! I am a queen of hell! Oh, hello, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. I don't know why I said all that. I've specialized in lust for so long, I've completely neglected my mastery of the other deadly sins. If I had you lick chocolate sauce off of my body, would that count as gluttony? Or would it still fall under lust? Why am I so tongue-tied around you lately? That's not the sort of tying I'm into. Or the sort of tonguing, for that matter. I'm starting to feel freely at home here among you mortals. Your lot don't say, I love you. You say, step on me. And I think that's beautiful. I've specialized in lust for so long. I always found it so satisfying to pair each succubus with her ideal mortal thrall. I never imagined I'd be in a position of getting entangled with a mortal myself. Not that I feel like I've bitten off more than I could chew or anything like that. I'm starting to feel freely at home. I've specialized... I most certainly did not blush when you touched my hand just now. That's just my coloring. My skin is naturally rosy-toned. In fact, I'm pink in all sorts of fun places. What do you think? Am I showing enough skin? I would hate to not be a distraction. I've specialized. I'm starting to feel. Careful I don't singe your widow hands. I've been known to run hot. Letting those gales of wind lift me by my wings and carry me away was so fun. I didn't even realize there was a use for wind outside of tormenting lustful souls. I do so admire your tenacity when it comes to paying me tribute. Why don't you demonstrate it to me once more by bringing me a different offering? You do want to please me, don't you? Very good. You please me very, very much. You should be proud. I hunger for you. And what's more, I sense in you a longing to be devoured in turn. So why am I suddenly powerless to do what I was made for? Why, now that I have you within my infernal grasp, do my claws tremble and withdraw when all my victory would take is for me to reach out and stroke you? What have you done to me? Of course I wasn't waiting here for you to get back. I'm a very busy demoness. In fact, seducing you is so far down my to-do list that I had to inscribe it on the back of my stone tablet. What do you think? Thick thighs save lives, but I only deal in immortal souls, which must be why mine are extra thick. I'll deny it no longer. I've grown closer to you than any other soul, which is why I need to tell you something very personal. I love country music. You may have summoned me here, but you didn't break my chains. That was Shania saying, "Let's go, girls." I'm starting to feel really at home here among you mortals. I'll deny it no longer. What do you think? I've specialized in... Have you ever kissed a demon with tongue? Then you're in for a treat. It's gonna blow your forking mind. What do you think? Have you ever... Thick thigh? I'm starting to feel really at home here. You certainly know how to caress a demoness. And apparently, I know my way around a rhyme. I still think we should have gone to the seedier theater in the bad part of town, but the company was sufficiently titillating on its own, and we did get to sit in the back row. I do so admire your tenacity when it comes to paying me tribute. Why don't you demonstrate it to me once more by bringing me a different offering? I know you think my sudden inability to act cool around you is a sign that I must be flustered by these new feelings for you. But it's actually all part of an elaborate power play. I'd tell you what it is, but that would ruin my tactical advantage. In fact, it's so brilliant and wicked that to even give you a hint would probably overheat your mortal brain. It'd be like looking into the lost ark. So you see, I'm actually doing you a favor by not telling you. You're welcome. There you are, my pet. I hope you brought your appetite. Have you ever kissed a demon with lick my boots? Oh, I'm still not wearing boots? Well, that sounds like a you problem, doesn't it? I took the liberty of calling a repairman about your hot tub. It doesn't even go above 103 degrees Fahrenheit. If I'm not boiling alive, I want your money back. Have you ever kissed a I'll deny it no longer. Thick thighs? Have you ever kissed... I took the liberty of... Thick thighs? Have you ever kissed a demon? Thick You certainly know how to caress a demoness. And apparently, I know my way around a rhyme. Oh, Wormy, you're so close, It almost hurts me to turn this down. Almost. But don't lose heart. I think you might finally get it right next time. Before you, I wasn't even sure succubi could fall in love. I told myself I was fine with that. That I wasn't missing out on anything all that special, just a slightly less sinful cocktail of all the same brain chemicals that make up lust. What about that could possibly measure up to my power as a hedonistic queen of hell? And then I met you and got to know you, like really know you, not in the biblical sense. And I'm so thankful you showed me how wrong I was, because I love you. I sampled deviled eggs today, and I found the taste heavenly? And now I don't know what to think. I command you to hold me during this confusing time. That's better. Lick? What's the point of having a throne if you haven't got someone to share it with? Well, share might not be quite the right word to describe having you, my loyal lover, at my feet. I used to think there wasn't a snowball's chance in hell I would ever fall in love. And yet, here we are. My little snowball. You even look like one. Have you made me any offerings lately? Don't tell me you only buy me gifts when there is something to be gained from it. Perhaps you should buy me some mystic slippers right now just to prove that isn't the case. I've been thinking about taking up roller derby. I'd go by the name Hell on Wheels. I used to think there wasn't a snowball's chance in hell I would ever fall in love. And yet, my, you've been very, very good, haven't you? Now, how shall I reward you, I wonder? I thought just for a change of pace, I would pamper you for once. Now, how should I start? I would say you've melted my heart, but my heart was never made of ice. I mean, how would that even work? We've already established I'm hot as hell. I sampled. If you're good, then we can spend the day in bed. If you're very good, we can spend the week in bed. If you're bad, we will also spend the week in bed. I didn't think that one through, did I? I thought just for a change of pace, I would... You can take the demon out of the hellfire, but you can't take the hellfire out of the demon. That's why I wear so little clothes. I overheat too easily otherwise. Also, it's more fun. You certainly know how to caress a demoness. And apparently, I know my way around a rhyme. Yes. The lustful energy you're giving off right now would be enough to recharge my hell phone 10 times over. Or we could find... It's as Lucifer Morningstar said. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's play that naughty role-playing game where we pledge bonds of ownership over one another forever and ever. Of course, I would have thought such a ceremony involved collars, not rings, but when in Rome... My, don't I look so juicy? Good enough to eat, even. Teacher's pet? Oh, no. I'll be the one doing the petting here, my little worm. An entire season dedicated to greed and gluttony and lying to children. It really is the most wonderful time of the year.